So again, a year later, Touhou 7, Perfect Cherry Blossom came out. It's really fast, it's 1 year, or actually maybe even less than a year. It's kinda surprising how fast he makes these games. Nowadays he takes a bit longer, but yeah, it's still kinda fast. But yeah, I guess these games are simple. But what mainly surprises me about that the fact that he took 1 year to make Touhou 7 is how much better this game is. So Touhou 6 had like 3D backgrounds. It's not very noticeable really if you play stage 1, 2 and 3, but it's more noticeable on stage 4 where there are some giant bookshelves on the background, and kinda noticeable in stage 6 at the end. But in Touhou 7 it makes more use of the 3D, really. There are some like 3D trees on the background of stage 1, there are some 3D houses on stage 2. Stage 3 doesn't really make use of the 3D, instead it's just like snow, and it's a background that I feel like it would fit on a PC98 game. It's weird. Stage 4 is like cloudy, and then you're suddenly on the sky, and there are some like 3D platforms at the end and a door. Stage 5 is the one that makes the most use of 3D. It's a 3D set of ladders in the background. It's pretty cool, and you move around them. And yeah, stage 6, again, it doesn't really use much of that. But yeah, it's still, even if it's a bit more of 3D compared to the previous game, it still looks way better. It's really cool. Makes the background more exciting, I guess, is what I could say. And also this game is a bit harder, I will say. So sometimes really, like honestly, I would probably say that this one's easier than all of the other Touhou games. But that's just because you can see your hitbox now. All the previous games you could not see your hitbox. From Touhou 7 onward you can, which is probably the best thing that has ever been added to any of these games. But so now that you can see your own hitbox, the game has more bullets everywhere, so that you have to dodge more precisely, which is something I like, but the game is still very easy. You can get a lot of health, you can, well, a lot of attacks aren't that hard or complicated to dodge. So yeah, it's kinda weird how the difficulty on this game is. The final boss is hard though, yeah, I like it. The plot of this game is a bit more involved too. Apparently, like, spring hasn't started, and that's just because someone in the netherworld, I think it was, is taking all the spring to revive someone from the dead. And that someone from the dead is herself. It's kind of dumb. I didn't understand the ending for a while until I looked it up on the internet. It was weird, but I like it. Spoilers for Touhou 7, by the way. uh, and this game actually features a bit of continuity. This is probably the first continuity that this. Well, no, the first continuity was on like Touhou 3 or 4, because yeah, Marissa is on those games again. But the continuity that this game adds is that Alice Margatroyd from Touhou 5 appears again on this game, and I think that's very cool, really. So she when you're playing as Reimu, Alice will say, "Don't you remember me?" or something like that. Of course, Reimu doesn't remember. She doesn't care, which is kind of sad. So yeah, that's a bit of continuity to Touhou, the PC98 games with the Windows games. So yeah, that's what makes me think the PC98 games are canonical to the rest of them. Just that little piece of dialogue. Nothing else, because I don't think any other games after this one reference the PC98 games. Oh, maybe Touhou 9 does, but I'm not sure. I really haven't finished that one yet for some reason. Well, Touhou 7 is also the first game, and also I think it's the only game that has a second extra stage. Because other than the extra stage where you fight a fox girl, you have a second extra stage called a phantasm stage, where you fight a girl that has an umbrella. and she spawns portals. Apparently, I don't know. I watched gameplay for that, and I don't know when that happens. I've seen that only in fan art. But yeah, they're cool. Ran and Yukari are very cool. They're very awesome. But yeah, it's kind of weird. It's just like the Phantasm stage is just like kind of a harder version of the extra stage. It's kind of weird. I'm not sure why it exists. Apparently, Touhou 8 was also gonna have a Phantasm stage, but it didn't. It's fine that way. It doesn't really bother me. I actually kind of prefer that there should just be a one extra stage instead of two of them. But the music here in this game is way better. It looks better. It You also have another another character. The Sakia from Touhou 5 is here, except now she has blue eyes. And that reminds me that on Touhou 6 apparently Reimu killed Sakuya or something. A line of dialogue says something like that. It's weird. Like Reimu says, like, killing one person doesn't make me a serial killer or something like that. It's weird. As I said, Touhou 6 is weird. But whatever, Sakuya is playable, and she will keep being playable in some other games, like the next one, Touhou. I think she's also playable on Touhou 13? No, not on that one. Well, I know she's playable on the last one, Touhou 18. But, that's for way later, not yet. But yeah, I think that's about it. All I have to say about Touhou 7, really. It's better than the previous one, and it'd be actually better if you played this one first, because this is how the rest of the games are gonna be, with the hitbox visible. So yeah, that's why I say Touhou 7 is probably a better place to start. Yeah, it's also kinda the second easiest game, so yeah, that's also why it's another good place to start. It's not that hard compared to Touhou 11 or 12, oh no. But yeah, now, like a year later, Touhou 8 came out and it's even better. I don't prefer it, but it's better. But actually, between the release of Touhou 7 and 8, which I think was also a year, a spin-off or a sequel was released. It's called Touhou 7.5, Immaterial and Missing Power. It's a fighting game. I won't be talking about it because I don't play fighting games. I tried playing it. I played a bit of it. It was fine. It looks good. I just like how it is. It's fine. There are like another 3 Touhou games that are fighting games, but I won't mention them. They just exist. I don't remember exactly which they were though. It's not my kind of game. It's a fighting game. So yeah, time to talk about Touhou 8 then. So yeah, Touhou 8 was the 8th Touhou game. It's also called Imperishable Night, which this is again a title that actually has to do with the game, just like Touhou 7. And it's really cool. I think this game looks wonderful. The backgrounds are way more like detailed. Stage 1 is like set in autumn, and it's just really good looking. Stage 2 also takes place on a forest. It doesn't look much different from Stage 1, but it looks better than anything that Touhou 6 could do, that's for sure. Stage 3 is a set of crazy backgrounds and color red and blue and purple. It's really weird and crazy. Apparently it's a village, but I can't see it. Stage 4 is probably the best looking one. It's like a bamboo forest. Apparently Marissa lives there or something. But yeah, it looks very good. The moon appears in the background, and it's also synchronized with the music, which is something I really like. Touhou 7 did that a few times, but Touhou 8 does it a bit better. It's so cool. Very cool. Stage 5 it's on like a very long hallway, and that also moves a lot. It looks very good. I really like it. And stage 6 also takes place on a highway and also out in space. Yeah, it's very cool. It's just this game looks so much better. And they released like a year after the previous one. Again, so much improvement. It's awesome. It's very cool to see how this game's improved. But yeah, the story, again, something is happening, let's figure out who did it. Again, I'm pretty sure all of these games do that up until, well, actually the next one, until Touhou 9, I think. I'm not sure really. Again, I beat the game, I beat Touhou 9, but I only played it once, I've never played it again. It's weird. But yeah, the plot of this game instead is just, it's the night. It's still night. It has to do with the title, Imperishable Night. Obviously, it's always night. There's like a fake moon in the sky. It's kind of weird. You fight an insect on the first stage, a bird on the second stage, a dog on the third stage. It's kind of weird. And this game also has a rematch against Marisa or Raimo, depending on who you're playing as, which is pretty cool. I don't think you ever fight them again on any other Touhou game. So yeah, it's awesome. And also that Marisa's boss battle theme is the same song from Touhou 2. Same with Reimu's, except her song is from Touhou 4, from her battle. It's awesome to hear remixes of these games. Sadly, some people think those songs originated from Touhou 8, but yeah, that doesn't really matter much. It's fine. It's just awesome. I love this game. It's also really hard. It really makes use that you can see your hitbox, so you can dodge very, very, very precisely. Play as Reimu and fight Marisa, and tell me how to dodge those things. There are like stars so close together that I don't even know if it's possible to dodge those. It's insane. It's probably my least favorite boss battle in Touhou, really. It just bothers me so much. So annoying. That's saying, like, it's even easier. I mean, it's harder than the boss from stage 5, which is a bunny, a crazy bunny called Raisin, I think. It's a weird battle, but when you know how to fight her, dodge her attacks, it becomes easier than Marisa. It's weird. I don't know much about Reimu's boss battle because I barely even fought her. So yeah. I think I remember it being more annoying than Marisa, but I can't say for sure. This game also has a lot of playable characters. It has Reimu and Yukari as like one team. You play as two characters at once. Then it's Marisa and Alice. It's Remelia, the final boss from Touhou 6, and Sakuya. And it's Yuyuko and Yumo, the final boss of Touhou 7 and the stage 5 boss from Touhou 7. So yeah, a lot of characters from previous games are coming here to be playable for the first time. It's very cool. I don't think on any other game, well, other than Touhou 9, like Yukari or Yuyuko are playable. So yeah, it's cool to see them here. They don't do much though, they are just, they appear when you go slow and the attack changes, and I'm pretty sure somehow that has to do with the points you gain. It's kinda weird. This is the game's main gimmick pretty much. And some people say this game is the easiest one because you can get a lot of health very quickly. Which I won't disagree, you can get a lot of health very quickly. But the problem is that the game is also very hard. So yeah, it doesn't really matter if you get that much health because then you're gonna get destroyed by Marisa. That has happened to me so many times. Like I get to stage 4 with like 8 health, and yeah, after fighting Marisa I end up I get to stage 5 with like 3 health. She hit me so many times. It's awful. I hate her. That's why I don't play as Marisa. So yeah, the final boss is the Princess of the Moon or something, and she's on Earth. I don't remember really. This is like outside lore that I don't think is really specified in the game anyways. It's weird. But actually the final boss can change. I'm not sure how, but you can choose. You can choose which ending you would like to see. I think that happens when you beat the game. But before that, I think you need to beat the game without continuing, so you can fight the real final boss. But yeah, it's either a nurse lady from the moon, or that person I mentioned earlier, Kaguya or Avon. It's it's like that. I consider Kaguya to be the actual final boss of the game instead of the nurse lady. So yeah. Um, but this game doesn't really have many differences. It doesn't really add anything that stays for the rest of the games. It's just another Touhou game that's better than the previous one, and it just shows how much better these games keep getting. It just shows how good these games are. If you like Touhou 7, you will like Touhou 8, pretty much. Yeah, and if you like Touhou 8, you will certainly like Touhou 10, which is the next game I will be talking about. I will not be talking about Touhou 9. Maybe. If the next video is called Touhou 10 review, then you know I won't be talking about Touhou 9. But yeah, these games are pretty important. These three. They feature the most iconic characters. These are also the most known games of Touhou that people have played. Pretty sure these are probably the most popular, pretty much. Even though they aren't on Steam, I think. And they're very important. They're the first three Windows games, and you'll see how fast soon got better at making the games for Windows. Look at those backgrounds. Look how much better they are. The difficulty too, it's better. It's like more balanced. And it's really good. I like it. These three games are very good. Pretty much that's the conclusion of this. These three games are good. But yeah, Touhou 9 after this one, instead of continuing to do what Touhou 8 did, it decided to be a sequel to Touhou 3. Which I'm not sure if anyone wanted that, really. I don't care though, I wasn't even alive when Touhou 9 came out, so yeah. But when Touhou 9 came out, Touhou would finally be 10 years old. So yeah, that's sort of special, I guess. I don't have anything to say about it. But yeah. Next time I will probably be talking about Touhou 10, 11, and 12, which are probably the hardest games out of all of these, to me. So yeah, see you next time.